everybody? My name is Mr. Disrespect. I haven't been to medical school, so if you want to talk to Dr. Disrespect, you gotta talk to my wife. But right now, you're looking at the 3-time back-to-back-to-back champion. February, March, and April of 1991, the Street Fighter II machine at the Josie Lane location of Mr. Gaddy's Pizza, where my friends and I used to play after school. That's right, 3-time champion. I almost have 65 followers on Twitter. I once got a B+ on a 5th grade science fair project. I built a nuclear accelerator in a refrigerator. Nobody else even comes close. Not even close, okay? They tried. Billy Moffat, he tried to grow plants in the dark. And guess what? They died. He got a D. Loser. Nobody comes close. All right, listen. I'm here because somebody wanted me to come in and take a look at your garbage tier league. Community, whatever you want to call it, so you don't get in trouble from Blizzard. Okay? All right, but I'm going to come in here and I'm going to take a look at your teams. I'm going to take a look and I'm going to make playoff predictions, okay? All right, so here we go. Mr. Disrespect, gonna make playoff predictions. Okay, all right, first of all, Winners Club. Take a look, fist bumps all around. We're going to take a look at the teams. All right, bottom 5 teams, you're not going to make it. All right, if you didn't suck, you'd be in the top 5, okay? Right off the bat. Top 5 teams, not going to make it. All right, bottom 5 teams. So top 5 teams, the only ones that are going to make it. All right, we got this. All right, let's take a look. We got Havoc. All right, I get the name. But what's up with the pink bunny? I mean, does it have vampire teeth? What the hell? Is this like Bunnicula or something, like the children's story? That's not very tough. You guys aren't very threatening at all, okay? I bet I could take you on. 1v6, your entire team, you'd all go down. I'd walk out, no deaths. I wouldn't die. That's how bad you guys are. All right? What? This says one of your players poops his pants? What are you guys, 3rd graders? All right, number 14, Gravity. I've heard about this team. The actual garbage tier. They pretend to be sandbagging when they lose. They're so imbalanced, dude. Look at their roster. They can't even cut their low-ranking, useless players like this NPC guy. They gotta carry him around, okay? So they have 2 Grandmaster level DPS players, and they're still only on the 4th place. Okay? This team is gonna choke at the very last minute because of all that dead weight they gotta carry around. Okay? They think they're at the tippy top of the mountain, but they're only halfway up. Not gonna make it. Let's take a look. Solo Cup, number 3 team. Solo Cup. There's a name I can get behind, alright? I'm also the 3-time back-to-back-to-back champion of beer pong in my top secret college fraternity, Alpha. But wait. I'm looking at your roster here, and you got... Is that kid 15? That kid's 15. You're breaking the law, dudes. I mean, who doesn't enjoy a little underage drinking, am I right? But I'm just coming out and saying putting a 15-year-old on a team named Solo Cup, it's not cool, guys. You're going to go to jail before the end of the playoffs. You're going to be in jail. Can't help you, man. You're not going to win. All right, Otaku, oof. That's an unfortunate name, man. Sounds like they're a bunch of weebs. Let's take a look at their roster. Okay, Smugs. You kidding me? With a name like that, your ass gonna be punched in the teeth, bro. You could be the nicest guy in the world, but when your name is Smugs, people are gonna think you're an arrogant ass right off the bat. Okay? Take it from me. All right, let's see what else we got here. Where's Bubbers? You can't have a team named Otaku without the number 1 weeb in the league. All right, that's it. You're gonna lose. You can't win. Can't win without the number 1. All right, let's take a look at the number 1 team. Harmony and Chaos. What is that even supposed to mean? What is that supposed to mean? I mean, I read the words here, okay, but it doesn't make any sense. I see now. I see why they're on the list. I see why they made it to number 1. Cavalier. He's the league commissioner, okay? All right? He put his team on the top of the list, okay? But I've seen them play. They're not good. They're not good. They're not good at all. All right. But their commissioner got him here, and they're going to take 1 step forward and 2 steps back, okay? There's no way they're even going to make the finals game. You hear me? Not even going to make the finals game. Not even close. Not even close. Not even close. So you're asking me, you're saying Mr. Disrespect. You didn't even pick. You didn't even pick one of the teams. Who's going to win? I'll tell you. I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you Winners Club. I don't know, but I know. I know who knows, okay? You guys, I'm just going to tell you one thing. Real quick before I tell you. I'm going to tell you one thing. You guys are really lucky that the Renegades left the tournament, okay? They were the best team in the community, hands down. They had the violence, they had the speed, and they had the momentum, okay? But basically, they weren't even going to get a draw. They were going to go undefeated the rest of the season. They weren't even going to get a draw. That's how good they were, okay? But Cavalier, he had other plans, okay? That's right. I have evidence. Federal agents brought me evidence right here. The Cavalier is basically Vince McMahon, okay? He's already chosen the winner of this tournament months before it even started. And to keep anyone from threatening his standings and the way he shaped things, he's got a cabal of moderators and admins. That's right, a cabal. They're like the Illuminati. They're like a secret, all right? And they're pulling strings behind the scenes. And if a player gets in the way or a team threatens their power, they got banned, okay? They get banned from the server, okay? If you want to know how, okay, just ask Shady Soul. Oh, that's right, you can't. He's not here. Just ask PC Scrub. Where are they now? Where are they? That's right, Winners Club. It's rigged. It's been rigged from the beginning. All right, look, I can't sit here all day. I've got to get out of here. I got better things to do with my time. Got to comb out my sweet daddy mustache. Okay? But I've been here. You've been watching the 3-time back-to-back champion. Fist bumps all around, Winners Club.
Yeah, it's our time to shine. Show that's the kind of state of mind you gotta combine with hard work and time. You gotta climb to the top. Don't let yourself drop till your heart stops. Let this beat rock. Got a new clock and a new stock for this new rock. Just let your mind loose from the new stock. Drunk off the goose, yeah. Thinking that I'm too pop. Getting caught with a few thoughts cause I'm too lost. Off the speakers can't even handle me. Giving what I got, nobody's gonna drain my energy. And I will never stop, I'm motivated by enemies. Setting up shop so everybody remember me. And no, I am not going through life regretfully. I'd rather work non-stop, what they call incessantly, than work some odd job just to live life pleasantly. Already got lost in my mind, not a fantasy. I'm getting nailed. Forgotten souls, so stop, drop, and roll. You lost all control and pop off your ball. I got squat, I fold. I'm not bought, I'm sold. My stock rocks, it's gold. Hey, knock, knock, she holding shit. Talk to close, I ain't stopping though. It's hip hop, you know, or is it rock and roll? I'm not dropping down, no, my pocket's grown. You can't stop the show, so get rockin' on. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. Taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't never. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. Taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't here to make it back.
Oh, kill me, everyone, kill me. More scuff than trying to join a Plat League 3 times in a row evading server bans. This is the Iris Podcast, everyone. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for coming. Let's get in here. We're going right in, guys. It's the Playoff Bracketology Podcast. With me today, we have on the far left, Thuggington. Directly to my left, we have Specs from Sugar Rush. Right above me here is BethCon from Solo Cup, that one team, Dab. Right over here, we have Nick Saul from Illusion. And then...
Formerly of Solo Cup.
Yeah, formerly of Solo Cup. And then last, certainly not least, we have producer, admin, and coach of Solo Cup. We have Zuby3. Or Zuby...
Wanted to be.
Yeah, right. Guys, we had a loaded podcast today. We have a lot to discuss, so we're not going to waste any time. We're going to dive right into it. We're going to recap a few matches from last week, and we are going to start off with the battle for number 1, and that is Harmony and Chaos versus Otaku. Zuby, take this one.
What can I really say about this one except it was turmoil, love, loss, fighting, and just all around excitement. But even more than that, it was teams rallying together in order to come back from something, and also a team rallying in order to try and go down as fast as they could. So let's start this one off with Ilios. I'll take you over here. It's 2-0 for this game, and let's just say that Smugs, with some of his ults that he was pulling out, especially on the Genji and on the Pharah, were ridiculous. He had multiple multi-kills that were just pretty much team wipes. King's Row, this one was a lot closer and actually could have been a Harmony and Chaos win. But shout out to our boy Handyfap. He pulled one of the worst C9s in Trank history.
Oof, rip.
They had managed to get it to the 5th point on King's Row, and he went to go take over high ground as Diva, and
That's MVP Handyfap to you.
that's MVP Handyfap right there. That one actually ended up leading to Otaku, who had a better time bank on King's Row in order to take that one out. Flash forward over to Rialto, and this one, it was clear that a lot of problems that Harmony had kind of been having before, like the earlier maps, they've been having some comm issues, led to them making some switches that ended up creating a lot more of a positive comm structure for their team. So they went from bickering and arguing to planning out attacks and then creating smarter fights, which led to guys like Steve Buscemi and players like Maxix and Shadow Fear really, really shining. And that started to cause the chaos on the other end. So we go over to Hanamura. Oh, by the way, Rialto was a 3-2 victory for them. Hanamura, this one was a 4-3 victory for Harmony and Chaos here. But this was a really, really back and forth affair right up until last part. Smugs managed to hit 4 Widow shots right at the end, and it looked like this was about to go next successive rounds pushing. And somehow Harmony came out with this stall that was absolutely masterful. Max came out with his ultimate. Yeah, definitely sleeper. And then last but not least, we're going to have Oasis. And this one is kind of where the other team just started to fall apart. Taku, poor guys. We've all been there. You hate to be on the opposite end of the reverse sweep, and this one was definitely the opposite end.
Yep.
So that 4K that they managed to pull out for Garbaggio there on that last part was definitely clutch factor. So not much to be there. All she wrote, yada yada yada. That ended up being the 3-2 victory for Harmony and Chaos. So
definitely think congratulations to Harmony and Chaos is in order. Taking down the number 1 seed the regular season. Great showing from a team that I don't think a lot of people really expected to be in this spot at the beginning of the season. So
right.
I think all of us are in agreement there. So congratulations, Harmony. You guys did a great job this season. Otaku.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Otaku, you're a fantastic team too. There's certainly nothing to be ashamed about with yours.
No shame on it.
Yeah, you dominated the league all season. That being said, we're going to move on to another game here, keep things moving along. It's between 2 teams who we won't be seeing after this last week, and that's Liquid Nova and Omnic Turtles. It was a 3-2 victory, 3-2 for Liquid Nova. The curse continues. I believe that is 5 this season for Omnic Turtles.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Turn those around. That's a very different season you're looking at for Omnic Turtles, guys.
That's playoffs right there.
That's potential playoffs. Yeah, right on the cusp at the very least. So, I mean, to steal a line from Kingdom, you hate to see it, but Omnic Turtles again falls in map 5. As far as the match goes, I mean, it's kind of the same story from both teams that we've seen all. Crispy had probably one of his better games as a tank, I would say, all season that I've seen. Obviously, I haven't seen every one of his matches, so I can't say that with 100% certainty. But he was very solid. Did a great job of creating a lot of space for his team to work. His DPS had plenty of space to function in that match, so it's a good job for them. And then I also want to give a quick shout out too, because I mean, we spend so much time talking about the playoffs. I think for these two teams, their seasons are over now. They don't have a playoffs right now to look forward to. So for those two teams, what I want to say is, you guys have some incredibly talented players, and I look forward to seeing if you do elect to stay with the community, which I certainly hope you do. I look forward to seeing what a lot of you can bring to the table next season. I look forward to people like Triage, who consistently improve throughout the season. Widow is very dangerous. I look forward to seeing somebody like Hooks R Us, who apparently can play every freaking hero in the game. I look forward to seeing people like that next season, and the entirety of these teams continue on. So next season, guys, I hope you're still here. Thank you for being a part of the community. It's been a pleasure having you guys here.
Shout out to player special.
Fighting Potatoes and Sugar Rush. That's Beth.
Yeah. So this was a 4-0 Sugar Rush. Don't know if anybody expected anything differently, but Fighting Potatoes looked like they were having fun out there, playing together like they always do. They're always kind of a fun team to watch their perspective, just to hear them bantering back and forth. For player shout out, I wanted to give a shout out to Siduriel.
Nice.
It's better than most people.
I messaged him today and literally asked him how to pronounce it. But I feel like Sugar Rush's tanks don't really get a whole lot of love from the community, and I noticed that he was popping off a lot. He was playing really well, so I wanted to kind of give a shout out to him as somebody to watch while Sugar Rush moves on to the playoffs.
Ooh. Special shout out, by the way, to the Potatoes, because I want to say, first of all, much love to my Starchy brothers, and then number 2, Cap and Wessels. You played that match literally as drunk as I have ever heard.
He was the drunk one?
Yes.
I was like, who the heck is that?
That doesn't shock me.
No, that doesn't shock
me
at all.
Can we get a Wiser's clap for that?
Yeah, seriously. Cat and Wessels there. Congratulations. Oh, Beth's out.
Maybe. Yep. My video's been scuffed as hell today. Let's see if this comes back.
Seems like it only shows up when it wants to.
Yeah.
How you like Gravity?
Like Orsted.
Thanks for the setup, Yeti. I appreciate you.
You're welcome, buddy. All right, so we'll move on here. Shout out to the Potatoes. Thanks again for a wonderful season. Hopefully seeing you guys again season 3. Next here, and Sugar Rush, by the way, locked in the playoffs. Illusion and Wrecking Crew. That's Thug.
This one was Nick. I'm gonna try not to piss you off. It was a lot closer than it should have been. It was a 3-2, but I hate saying this, and it was a close 3-2. Sorry, a close 4-0. My fault. A very close 4-0. They went a little further, and big up to Wrecking Crew, dude. You're going toe to toe with the playoff team in a position that you really had no point in being in. I know Illusion was out with Black Ninja, and Nick wasn't there the whole time either, so it kind of got scuffed a little bit. But Velocifactor, I'm gonna say it again. That is a top 5 name. Could we, Yeti, next season we need to have a top name in the community? Mainly, do we have Velocifactor? We have Handy Fap.
Why do they all have to be masturbation jokes?
Because I am a child.
Yeah, we might have Saint Faptrick next season. I mean,
my goodness gracious.
It's just there's so much. Wow.
This is a good tune-up match for Illusion. Getting ready for the playoffs. It was good. They have a week off now. They needed this W, and I think they played like it. They clutched when they needed to clutch, unlike other teams. That segue.
Special shout out. Yeah, special shout out real quick, guys, before I go there. Wrecking Crew. Obviously, we had some bumps in the road getting to where we got at the end of the season. But special thanks to you guys for sticking it out, and Cinnamon especially picking up that team and taking it. I know you're starting up doing some UGC stuff with the team too, so obviously we hope to see you guys around next season. Keep posting animal pics because everybody loves it.
Yes, please.
Next on the list here is Aimbot versus Alt F4. That's me here, guys. Aimbots pulls off a big win, 3-2. Unfortunately, it was too little too late for them on the playoff run. But that being said, Aimbots just I don't know what happened at the end of the season. Suddenly y'all started showing up. I don't know if maybe your comm structure got more clean or just general improvement on your support line. I will say your support line did get better as the season went. I really like
Typhoon.
Yeah, I really like what Typhoon brings to that team. I like what Crack Fob is doing to the team as well.
Yes.
Obviously, Albatross is fantastic. We talked enough about Just Savage. Seriously, using the word underrated, but it's true with Just Savage. He doesn't get talked about as much as he deserves because of the team he's on. Unfortunately, watch his stream. He's a really
some Just Savage plays.
Super.
just,
they're just
legit. Just
They're just savage.
guys, check out his stream when you can because it's a lot of fun watching him. But that being said, it was a 3-2 victory for Aimbots. Alta 4 almost pulls off a reverse sweep in a match that wasn't necessary for them to make the playoffs. I don't know what exactly happened there with Alta 4. They have a match with us next week, or 2 days. So I certainly don't want to talk any trash about them. They're a good team, a spooky team. So
that's what people are tuning in for. Is me and you yell at each other.
I know the dad cast. The destiny is here, guys.
The battle of the dad cast.
So again, shout out to Aimbots again. Great season. Hopefully you'll see some of you guys definitely around for next season. Well, moving on here is Gravity and Solo Cup, and that's Nick.
Yeah, Solo played really well. I feel like their communication was just always on point. There were a couple times where maybe their regroup didn't happen quite as fast as it probably should have, and happened I think on more than one map. But all in all, I think Solo Cup just kind of rolled Gravity. No offense to Gravity, they just kind of looked out of it. They kind of looked very unorganized, didn't really know how to counter what Solo Cup was throwing at them. And just the alt combos between Grumpy Pants, Light Rose. I feel like we talk a lot about Light Rose, but he deserves a lot more credit than he actually gets as top tank in this league.
No,
After watching that after watching that game, I definitely think he does.
Kidding. I'm kidding, my son.
Wow.
Way to throw your team under the bus.
Way to be, buddy. All right.
We're used to it at this point.
Last match of the week, other than Havoc. Congrats on the 4-0. Renegades, tough season. Hope you're not around in C3. But is Meta Rejects and Meteors here. And that's Specs.
Yeah, Meteors took it 2-1 over Meta Rejects, and there was a constant theme in this game. It was either attacking or defending. Both teams couldn't seem to do both on the same map. First one was Rialto. Neither of them got completely to first point. Meteors held first point pretty well, allowed for a pretty easy push that just took them the map there. Kings Row, again, the real key to Meteors taking that was, shutting down Peter, but also Arise's healing. Had 47% of the team's damage healed that match. Again, we talk about him all the time, but he's just next level when it comes to healers in this community. On Hanamura, again, 6 CP lull. So went for about 18 minutes and just real back and forth. Both teams, again, couldn't defend, but, took it to a 5th point, but Meteors, unfortunately, couldn't cap it, so it ended 4-4 for the tie. And then on Ilios, which was the last map, Meta Rejects took it 2-1. Again, very back and forth from point to point. And then one key player that I saw that stuck out in the VOD was Aaliyah. Her Tracer was insane, especially on the 3rd point, really carried them to what I thought was the victory there. It's definitely a good win heading into the playoffs as well.
Congrats, Meteors, on that one. Guys, that is the last match of the season to talk about here before the playoffs. Now, as you know, guys, we did have some teams fall by the wayside, and we certainly don't want to forget them here on the Iris. So we are going to take a quick moment to pay tribute to those who have fallen. Thank you to all of you guys for being part of the community there. We appreciate all of you guys' presence, and we certainly hope to see you all come season 3 in just a few months. So thanks again, guys. But I'm sure you're not all here just to talk and be sad about teams who are not here anymore. Let's talk about the teams who earned their way into the playoffs. Before we get into our brackets, we got a couple of questions I'm going to quickly ask our panelist here, and basically some superlatives for the playoffs. We have a couple questions we want to run down, and the first and foremost question here is about this week's matches, the wild card team. We have 4 wild card teams. We have Meta Rejects, we have Meteors, we have Sugar Rush, and we have Alt F4. We're going to kick it around the circle here. We want to hear from everybody. What team is the team that is most likely to win this championship from the wild card? Start with Beth.
Oh, of course, put me on the spot right away, right? Alt F4. I'm going to say Alt F4.
Alt F4. All right. All right.
They've taken down some really big teams, and other than like last week, they've looked really strong. So I don't know. They're my dark horse.
Zuby is gonna bench your ass.
All right. I want to hear from Specs. Or I'm sorry, not Specs. Nick. Sorry, Nick. We'll get
Meta
around.
Rejects.
We'll get around to you. You can wait.
100% Meta Rejects. If y'all play the way that you guys have prior to this last week or so, 100% you guys can go from wild card to champions.
God, Zuby, go ahead.
I'm also gonna have to give this one up to our boys, the Meta Rejects. That deadly combination right now with Peter and Kingdom, as well as Ski Free, creating that versatility in the tank line. You know, totally not stroking your ego, but it's pretty deadly.
I want to hear from you here.
Meta Rejects.
Whoa.
And only reason is they're the wild card. If Kingdom can keep his tilt in line and keep that team normal.
The hell's that mean?
When you guys y'all tilt ugly, and you know it. They're the team that has the most opportunity to keep rolling. So I'm gonna say Mid Rejects.
Bex, I want to hear from you now.
Yeah, Alt F4. Looking back on the past, 5-6 weeks, their play is next level. If they can keep the momentum going, they're a scary team to face.
I am going to go with Meteors. Reason is okay up there, Beth?
No, my camera scuffed as all heck.
We're gonna go. I'm gonna say Meteors. The reason I'm gonna go with Meteors is 2-syllable word. It's Daddy. Very capable of taking over. He is a very strong DPS, and what enables him really well is a great support line, and more importantly, an excellent great job of out of space, getting right into a team's face. He does a really good job, and honestly, with the combo they had there, that could be very scary. It's a tough team to contain, because if you contain Daddy, then you have to deal with Galley. Good luck, guys. I don't know. Meteors is a spooky team right now. I could definitely see them making a huge in the playoffs. But that being said, we're going to go to our next question here, guys. And the next question is the most likely. So we're going to upsets here. Top 4 teams. Gravity. That's Solo Cup. That's Otaku. That's Harmony and Chaos. Of those 4 teams, which team is most likely to be upset in the quarterfinals? We're going to start again with Beth.
I'm going to go with Gravity on this one.
Gravity?
Yeah. They haven't been playing well the last couple of weeks, and it'll kind of just depend on whether Orsted can show up. I know that classes should be done just about now. It's mostly finals week for a lot of people, so maybe you'll have more availability, but it's been Gravity is a team that's either they're very, very good or they're not. And it just depends on which Gravity team shows up. But I'm going to go with Gravity.
Are you dead, Nick?
I'm still here.
Still here?
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I
Yeah.
just wanted to make sure. What do you have to say?
It's team most likely to be upset
Yeah, top 4
from
teams.
the top 4.
Yep.
Gravity.
Gravity.
Too much unpredictability in these last few weeks, and I just feel like that's definitely something that they're going to have to look out for, and it might come back to bite them if it continues going into the playoffs.
All right, I want to hear from Zuby next.
See, I was gonna go with the token gravity pick as well, just to bully the poor guys. But you know what? I'm actually gonna choose a little bit of a spicier one this time. Let's go with Otaku, and mainly due to the fact that, as much as I love Otaku, the synergy that's been brought in with their new players, which has been an addressed fact, has been very rough for their team. They've been scrimming very hard, but if you don't get that synergy fast, it could be a very easy exit from this playoffs.
Doug, what do you have to say on that?
I also chose Otaku. For reasons that Zuby said is they have a newer roster, and the two teams that have a chance to face them next round are two teams that already beat them. Two teams that figured out a little bit of what that kryptonite is. So looking at all the matchups, I say that's probably the most likely one to fall.
I want to hear Specs next. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna go with Gravity, but to be honest, I don't think it's an upset at this point. Was gonna go with Otaku, but I don't want to kind of fit in line with everyone, so let's go Harmony. The winner of our game and Meteors, it's gonna be a dogfight. So I think they need to come in ready, and we're two very different teams, have two very different styles, so I don't know how they're gonna prep for it. Really depends based off that, so we'll see how that goes.
All right, I'm gonna get spicy with my prediction too, and it's bad news for the two people in this channel. But I just want to say, no, it's really Gravity, guys. There's no chance that Gravity is going.
He's not giving you more power.
I'm sorry, Havoc is.
We're still not making the playoffs, guys.
Havoc is going to. Yeah, you're still not making the playoffs. Havoc is going to be. I would put, if I was a betting man, which I am, but there was actually an opportunity to bet on this, I would put money on a decent chunk too. It'd be big money. Gravity's. I love Gravity. I love the people on that team. They're really cool people. I just don't see it happening. I think Havoc just needs to figure out to get their support line fully in check, and if they do, spooky team. All right, guys. So obviously we have some superlatives there, but you're not just here to hear that. You want to know who the hell we all think is going to win this whole dang thing. So we're going to be taking time. Everybody's going to be broke down a full bracket here. We're going to go through that basically round by round. We're going to start with everybody going through the wild card pick. We're not going to take time for every single person to react to picks or anything like that, but if somebody wants to chime in and argue with somebody, by all means, do not be shy. I want to hear some banter. But anyways, we're going to start off here, and we're going to start off with Specs. I want to hear about your wild card.
Yeah. Let's go for the game I'm not playing in first. Meta Rejects and Alt F4. That's going to be a seven map dogfight. It's going to be back and forth. It's going to be very close. But I've Meta Rejects taking it 4-3 there. I think it's going to be really tough, but it's really going to come down to that last map, and it's going to be an exciting game to watch. I'm really looking forward to it. And then obviously I have to take us beating Meteors. But that was before we knew that we weren't going to have two of our key players. So we're not going to have Sid or Kara this week. They're going to Japan. Great. But
thanks, guys. Have fun in Japan.
Yeah, so Kara's a big loss. Not having Sid as dead weight on main tank, it's going to be huge. So I know I said 4-1, but now that the best main tank in the league is going to be back for a Sugar Rush.
Just to verify, the best main tank, which other player on the roster is playing main tank?
Me.
This absolute bad.
Wow, I wasn't sure what to expect.
Actual Kingdom clone.
Oh, of course. Have to learn from it.
All right. Thug, we're gonna head over to you now. I want to hear about your wild card.
Yeah. For me, this one was. I'll start with our match. I picked 4-3 Meta Rejects, and not because I think we're gonna lose, but I just didn't feel like picking us because it's homerish and I get made fun of. And it could go either way. That's one of those matches that's going to go 7, like Spec said. And I did pick 4-1 Meteors, and this actually was before I knew that Sid and Kay were going to go, and they came back, and I was like, well, that's the same. I'm going to keep it the same. Meters is playing really well, and their support lineup is crazy good. So I'm just looking forward to see that the DPS line get enabled by the main tanks taking up that space. So 4-1 to Meteos.
All right, Zuby, let's talk about your wild card picks.
So I really like this person, and out of this one that I'm about to make, one person here is gonna not be really happy with what I'm about to say. Out of the Meta Rejects versus Alt F4 game, I have Meta Rejects as 4-0 in Alt F4. That is now until I had some insider information, so it will be a 4-1. And it comes with a couple of strings attached. Mainly due to the fact that in a pure DPS battle, that is something that Peter tends to thrive in. You put Peter against two good DPS, he puts them in the ground usually. And with that being said, with the rest of the team, as much as Thuggin can try and carry, it's going to be a struggle. So that's why I have it as 4-1 now for Meta Rejects over Meteors. Alt F4. And then for Sugar Rush versus Meteors here, that one I'm going to have to give to Meteors 4-2. Mainly due to the fact that as much as I love Specs, he's going to be wholly the goalie on main tank.
He's not wrong. It's going to happen. I'm going to feed my ass out.
It's going to be funny. I can't wait to watch that match, which, by the way, is tomorrow, folks. Make sure you tune into that. It's going to be fun. All right. Nick, I want to hear from you now for that wild card.
I put Meta Rejects 4-1 against Alt F4. And there's a huge variable here. It's if Meta Rejects come composed and shrug off whatever happened these last couple of weeks and deal with the tilt and all of that. If not, I think Alt F4 is definitely capable of taking it maybe in a 4-3. They showed it to us when they beat Otaku. In terms of Meteor and Sugar Rush, I got you, Thug. You guys can pull it off.
Thanks, man. We're just so scuffed otherwise.
In terms of Sugar Rush and Meteors, I again 4-1 for Meteors. The lineup that Meteors have right now is just too good. Arise, best support in the league, hands down. HQC, really good main tank. Their DPS are insane as well. And Sugar Rush, unfortunately, they're just down to two key players right now.
And Specs main tank.
Specs main.
That's something I didn't know was in play.
Specs main tank.
All of a sudden, everybody's like, "Oh, Meteor's 4-0, shit."
Yeah,
fucked up.
You watch. Hey, I'm calling it right now. You watch Specs just show up tomorrow and just carry.
If it happens, no one's ever living it down.
Go straight OGE on Meteors, and that would be hilarious. I want to see it.
The return of the high res king continues.
high res will flourish again. All right, I want to hear Beth your wild card picks. Here we go.
Yeah. So for the Meteors versus Sugar Rush game, I have this going 4-2 Meteors. Meteors are just looking really strong right now. They're yeah, of course my camera goes out again. There we go. And then for the Alt F4 Meta Reject team, I have Alt F4 going 4-2. And again, it does depend on what Meta Rejects team shows up, but also depends on which Alt F4 team shows up. Both teams have shown that they can be really strong. They can take down the biggest teams in the league. So no matter what, that'll be a fun one to watch.
I'm excited for that matchup with Alt F4. It's a team that I haven't been able to play until now just because of that I did in the midseason. I'm really looking forward to playing them. I'm also really looking forward to battling with Thug. It seems our destinies have become intertwined yet again. So
it's inevitable.
Here's my picks. I ended up going the Homer pick because I don't care. I mean, Alt F4 certainly could. Alt F4 beat some hella good season. I'm not underestimating Alt F4 by any means by saying that I think we can, because I do think we can beat them. But that being said, the other match is Meteors versus Sugar Rush. I had 4-2 Meteors. But again, I feel like that match could easily tilt the other way. It basically depends on two things: if Specs plays capably, and if
you have so much little confidence in yourself. Stop.
Jesus. But the other thing really is if it depends on the performance of those DPS on Sugar Rush, because we all know that 4 that they have on that team are capable of carrying a match. And like Cognitive Pit can just pop off on a moment's notice, or Lays comes in on the Tracer and just takes control. You know, if they prevent Daddy from keeping or controlling the Widow match, could very easily swing the other way. So that being said, I think Meteors do take this one 4-2. So that's our wildcard picks, guys. We had pretty much everybody go the Meteors route here. Yep. Sorry, Specs. And then pretty much everybody also went the Meta Rejects route as well. So we do have now a quarterfinals matchups here. So we're skipping past wild card round and going right to the quarterfinals here. And again, we're going to start with Specs. Specs, your quarterfinals. These brackets are going to look a little different for now for everybody, so just be patient as the graphics are running here. There's 4 matches. Let's start off with the top of the bracket, the Harmony and Havoc matches.
Yeah, I think Harmony's going to take it 4-3 over either us or Meteors, to be honest. You know, I think that's going to be another very close game. It's going to really depend on what happens there. Havoc 4 over Gravity. It's going to happen. Meta Rejects over Otaku. This is where I think I get a little bit spicy here. They're a very solid team, and they can, if they have their teamwork together, it's going to be a very close game. It's something that I think Otaku needs to be, you know, on the lookout for. Again, more newer players on the team. It's going to be interesting to watch. And then I have Solo Cup over Illusion.
Not going to complain if the Otaku upset happened, but just saying. All right, so let's go back around the horn here. I want to hear from Thug. Quarterfinal matchups.
What? And I feel like Specs was cheating off my homework. Kind of. I had starting with Harmony and Meteors. I think Harmony will take this one 4-2. I'm sorry, Meteors will take this 4-2. Excuse me. And Gravity 4-1 over Havoc. Now, oh Yeti, dude, my picks are backwards, bro.
What?
Yeti.
They're backwards.
It was the wrong ones.
So they're wrong picks.
What?
I mean, they're my names, but there we go. That's nope, not what I had.
I disagree for the record.
Okay,
we'll have to check the
tape.
tape.
That's fine. We'll have to check the tape, guys. We'll check the tape. What I Oh crap. No, you're right. Hold on.
You screwed up.
I screwed up. Dude, I've been studying the wrong one.
Easy clap. Let's go.
All right, so Meteors over Harmony and Chaos. And the reason I think this is the reason I think HQC and that DPS duo is going to run amok amongst the back line. Amok. And Gravity over Havoc. Dude, Gravity's not as bad as everyone is shitting on them for. Yes, they sandbag. Incredibly hard, and it pissed a lot of people off. But they're still not a bad team. Havoc is a shell of themselves. A shell. Ooh. You heard it here first. And then Otaku over Meta Rejects. Otaku's still a really, really strong team. They're going to give a run for the money. It's the old adage, it's hard to beat a team twice. And this is going to be the same thing for Alt F4 or Meta Rejects. Otaku's just a really good team. It's going to be hard to beat them twice. And Solo Cup 4 over Illusion. Sorry, Nick. I love you. But I'm sorry.
I love you too. But
I'm so sorry.
I think we're going to have to part ways here. That's unacceptable. At least give us one. I
really... No, I can't.
Oh, God.
And it's nothing to do with your play. It has to do with the slave driver in this call right now. If you know their Discord, it's Zuby's Slave Labor Sweatshop.
Yeah,
that's what it's called.
I'm in there.
That's how he treats his team. They love him. They absolutely love him.
No, I'm just kidding.
Have you ever seen
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast? Like
Yes.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yes. And
No
let's
one
not
drinks like
forget
Gaston.
let's not forget the old Zuby DDoS. Internet problems. Just check your shit, guys.
Gotta watch it.
Hardwire, VPN.
All right, Zuby, let's go to your quarterfinals.
Oh, let me pull these one up here. Let's see what I have. I actually have 4-2 for Harmony and Chaos over Meteors. Now, this one's a little bit of a spicy one, but I actually think Harmony and Chaos's support line is very get your drinks underrated.
Thank you. I was thirsty.
I'm out.
Shadow Fear and his recent climb, as well as Race PV, and even God Emperor Overlord of Tranquility, Cavalier himself, can do some impressive things if you give it the time. And what that impressive thing they do is enable their front line and their flankers. Having Steve Buscemi charge 10-second shatters can be very big. And then for the next game after that, I have Havoc over Gravity 4-3. Now, it can potentially swing in Gravity's favor, but I'm giving this one to another fellow slave driver. His name is Nerdables. And Nerdables has been driving that team very hard recently because playoffs are a completely different ballgame. Regular season records can come, go, do all these different kinds of things to sway people's opinions. At the end of the day, it's a new season and anything can happen. And I think only time will tell. And time has usually been in favor of Havoc versus Gravity. So
We got the other two matches here: Meta and Otaku.
Meta and Otaku. We doing those ones as well?
We're
here?
doing the whole quarterfinals, all four matches.
All quarterfinals? Okay. So for the next one, I actually have it as 4-2 Meta over Otaku. Now, I have this one, once again, it's the same thing that I said for Otaku and their potential teams who could lose, and that's due to the fact that that synergy that they've been lacking recently is very present and teams have been noticing. As well as the map pool is not going to be in their biggest favor for the playoffs here. So that's a huge thing when it comes to these matches here, is map pool. And then for the last one here, I have it as a mystery.
I like that. I probably should have done that too, knowing Zuby's on this podcast.
With that being said, let's hear what you actually said, Nick, and go to your quarterfinal
God.
picks.
Feed me energy, please.
Make sure you dab when you get to your pick.
I will absolutely not dab. Harmony and Chaos 4-2. I think we haven't talked about them enough until the later part of the season, where they were gunning for first place while Otaku had it for the whole season. They're just such a good team, well-rounded. I think that, honestly, outside of Illusion, I think that they're heavy favorites to win.
Outside of
Mm-hmm. 4-1 Havoc. I think Nerdables is going to get that team whipped into shape for playoffs, and they're going to be the Havoc that we remember from last season. Now for Meta Rejects and Otaku, Meta Rejects again 4-3. I think it's going to be a close one, but Otaku's shown sign of weakness these last few weeks, and you guys are one of the teams that have beat them once. You guys know what to do it again. I don't think Otaku's going to go down easy though, but it'll go the distance, and that's what I put for Illusion versus Solo Cup. I think 4-3 on this, just because I had to at least give my team the we'll make it past Solo Cup, and then not play favorites in the next rounds.
not bad idea. I should have.
But honestly, like the Solo Cup Illusion game can go either way. whether we win, whether we lose, it'll be fun.
It'll be an
That
exciting series.
Yeah, for sure, and
There may be
that's
tears on either end.
possibly. And I
Will
mean,
be
I'm just
tears.
looking forward to having fun and playing that match.
I love the playoffs. It's so much fun. Seven
Right.
Best of 7 Overwatch, guys. It's gonna be a good time. Beth, let's go to your quarterfinal picks.
Yeah. So for my quarterfinal picks, I had Harmony and Chaos beating Meteors 4-1. Harmony and Chaos is a scary team. Like Meteors is a scary team too, but Harmony and Chaos they're very well rounded, like Swin said before, and they've been doing really well lately. So and then for Gravity versus Havoc, I have Gravity winning 4-3. Havoc's a good team, Gravity's a good team. It'll just again kind of just depend on who shows up for that. And how the teams play. Havoc, they've been in kind of like they've had rough patches throughout the season. Gravity's been sandbagging the last couple of weeks, so that one could honestly go either way. Then since I had Alt F4 moving on, Otaku versus Alt F4, had Otaku winning 4-3. I feel like having 2 weeks to get their stuff together and kind of learn to synergize with their new team members is going to help them out a lot. And again, it's hard to beat a team twice. Alt F4 has done it before, so they know how to do it, but playing the same team twice, it's tough to win both of those. And I just had Illusion beating Solo Cup because I was gonna make my bracket as if Solo Cup loses in the first round to try to be as impartial as possible.
I
So
had to too.
It's almost like you got a ton of crap after the tank line. Let's go.
yeah, it's almost like people think I'm biased or something. So
No, never. All right, so let's take it over here, guys, to my quarterfinal picks. Quarterfinals, I had a hard time with the first match, but I went with Harmony 4-3 over Meteors. That's going to be a great match. And for me, it comes down to whether or not Handifap and Maxix are able to keep their DPS under control. Maxix is playing well in that Sombra, and Handifap is peeling really well and attacking that sniper as well, and they're going to win. Then we go back to the match between Havoc and Gravity. Havoc's going to win. Havoc is a playoff machine. Havoc should be feared right now. I know they kind of got memed on as the season went on a little bit because they were losing big matches, but they're still Havoc, guys. They're defending champions. They still have Dunzo. They still have Courage. They still have Anarchy. Like, that's all-stars all around there, guys. So, not to mention Nerdable's coaching them. Please don't sleep on Havoc. That's a huge mistake. The second half of the quarterfinals, I actually picked my team over Otaku, and I'm sure I'm going to get ripped apart for being a homer on that. I just kind of went with the theory that if we beat them once, we could do it again. That being said, I'm not underestimating Otaku. I know they brought in a ton of coaches now. They have people watching them scrim constantly, and they very easily... I think it's going to be a close match. I think it's basically a coin flip. Us and Otaku. I think Otaku is a very dangerous team. Any team with Smugs on it is a dangerous team. My theory. Not to mention the fact that Fluffle and Hybrid are playing very well right now. Sports, they enabled Yojak to get away with it. And yeah, they're still a scary team, even though they've dropped a couple in a row. They're probably scrimming harder than any other. So they're still going to be spooky as hell, guys. And the last quarterfinal matchup I had was between Solo Cup and Illusion. And sorry to Illusion, Solo Cup is just spooky. They're so good right now. They're playing so well. From top to bottom, that team is just terrifying. Like, every single slot of that roster is so good. It's hard to find weak points. It really is. Other than their coach, hard to find weak points. So...
accurate.
All right, so that's our quarterfinals, guys. We have a lot of picks are starting to go different ways here. I want to get through the nitty gritty because I'm sure you want to know who's going to get to the end here, guys. So we are going to go through the semifinals and then we'll do the finals for each participant in order here. So Specs, you'll do your semifinals and then we'll do your finals. So start with your semis. Go.
Yeah, so I have Harmony beating Havoc 4-2, but if this game happens, this is the game of the playoffs. Playoff experience is huge here. It's something that you can't look past. And it's going to be crucial to something. If Havoc does upset it's going to be based off that playoff experience. And then I have Otaku beating Solo Cup, even though in my predictions there, I had Meta Rejects beating Otaku for some reason. Yeti.
Did I have that?
This time you
What?
may have actually screwed up, not just
Okay,
me.
I screwed up that one. I'll take. You
No,
know,
you're-
I prepared
I'm just
35 fucking graphics. I can screw up one.
No, no, no. You guys claps for A. Big
No, I
claps
don't
for
want
A.
your pity. I don't want your pity claps.
No, you don't get pity. This isn't pity. These are my pity
Alright.
claps.
All right.
Yeah, but have Otaku 4-3 over Solo Cup again. That's going to be a dogfight. Coming down to the top 4 teams here, I feel like anybody could take it on any given day. It's just going to be It's going to be a toss up. Who can win? You know, a team fight here or there, and that's going to, you know, ultimately decide the series. So I have Otaku 4-3 over Solo Cup.
So your finals is Otaku versus Harmony. What do you got?
I have Harmony 4-3 over Otaku. I
bad.
think it's going to be again a dogfight. At this point in the season, it's just team fights. It's not even maps at this point. So you know, I really think that DPS lineup of Harmony is going to be able to shut down and, you know, really deal with Otaku as great as Smugs is. It's something that you can really see them doing, and it's scary to deal with Max 6 again. So
100%. Taking a look down your whole bracket then here, Specs. You got a few upsets along the way. No major. I mean, just basically your one wild card pick actually is the only upset of seemingly any significance. Otherwise, it's pretty much chalk the whole way. Anybody want to argue with Specs about their bracket at all? No, nothing.
I mean, I have no big arguments either way, and that's what's stupid.
The only thing I can really say for this is, once again, when you get to the semifinals,
Mhm.
and even all these maps and rounds that we're going to be having, it is all map pool dependent.
For sure.
All of those.
For sure.
Mhm.
If you get a dive-oriented map pool for the finals, that's Otaku with a 4-0. If you
100%.
have
Yeah.
it as something all low ground, and that it's a heavier tank battle, motherfucker, you don't know which way that it's going.
Oh, you're not wrong. You're
No,
definitely
it's
not
true.
wrong.
It's true.
No,
Map pool's going to be really, really crucial.
Is map pool random, or how is that decided?
it's a
It's
rotation.
all
Okay.
It's
decided
Cav.
by God Emperor Cav.
Yeah. It's a rotation, so maps you'll see for the wild card won't be maps you'll see or quarters for so
Gotcha.
on and so forth. All right. On that same note here, go now to Doug.
Yeah, so I had
Sucks.
Gravity 4-3 over Meteors. I'm still following that. Y'all sleeping on Gravities, and I am a person that sleeps on them too. But if they can figure this out, I don't think we've fully seen Orsted Unleashed.
Or
He's
at all.
played what? He's played like what, 4 matches? And while he doesn't scrim at the team much, I think we kind of pissed him off, both Orsted and Velzen, by dogging on him as much as we did. So I gave him a 4-3 over Meteors. Otaku 4-2 over Solo Cup. And this is, again, Zubi, I will echo 100% with you. It's map dependent, but Otaku has the ability, they have the players to absolutely take over a match. So does Solo Cup. I'm going Otaku here. And then my finals, I have 4-1 Gravity. And I'm looking at this one as their redemption arc to go from not actually trying very hard all fucking season long, shitting the bed in the finals last year, getting 4-0'd by Havoc. Basically the same team. Add a weeb and an old bald guy. Really, it's the same team. And
Rest in peace, David Kong.
it's Gravity's a potent team, man. Gravity is a team that it's the same thing that the same argument we had with Havoc is playoffs are different. They didn't give a shit. Once they had their playoff locked, it's like, fuck it, I don't care. And Gravity's going to turn it up. I say Gravity 4-1. It won't be close. They have this many maps to basically be ready for it or stead the whole time.
Let's take a look at your whole bracket here. Again, you have Gravity taking it all. The big upset that I think everybody's going to look at here is Meteors and Harmony. And I think that's an interesting one here. That's the whole bracket for Thug. Anybody want to argue with him here at all? I don't know if I want to argue with him. about it. Let's just talk about.
It's so map dependent. It pisses me
Let's
off.
talk about.
It's map dependent, and it depends on what team shows up, and everybody's just so equal across the board.
Let's
It's
talk about
crazy.
parity, folks. Like, holy crap! Seriously.
It's all about who PayPal's me the most.
Yeah, whoever gets less of Zuby cyber attacks probably going to win this.
He can't
So-
even stop himself. He's attacking my webcam today.
Yeah, I
so-
know. This is Zuby's fault. No, guys, it's just it says everything about the parity in the community here. Like if you look at last season, there were 2 or 3 clear favorites. There just were. There's no question about it. Season, I think literally all 10 teams you could argue could win this whole damn thing. All 10 teams. And it's just it's crazy. It makes this really hard. Like really hard to sort through these predictions. No lie.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Zuby, you didn't. We didn't really.
I did mine a little bit
Yeah,
different.
you did yours a little different. Yeah,
Alrighty. So, shall we begin?
we shall.
We just pull this one here. I'm actually gonna have Havoc losing to Harmony in that matchup that I had because I had Havoc going over Gravity and then Harmony going over the Meteors. Then I also had the Mystery Team going over Otaku.
I wonder who this mystery team is. Ooh, so spicy.
I can not give any hints, and I cannot give any scores because, once again, map pool is entirely the factor. Whether these matches go 4-3, 4-0, 4-2, who knows?
Possibility you could go 4-1 even.
Yes,
Now,
maybe.
Now we've covered all the bases.
And then for finals, roll please. It is going to be the Mystery Team over Harmony.
Fucking, you're so dumb.
I get it. You think you're gonna beat us?
So
It's all right.
So illusion.
No. I'm saying whoever wins our
So
bracket. that's the
illusion
winner.
or
I'm
solo
kidding.
cup from Zuby here, or sorry, the mystery
Yes.
team. We don't know who it is.
No, Renegades. That's the Mystery
Renegades?
Team.
Oh,
Uh,
Teal Cowboys.
It's like taking the hat off Zuby at the end. He's wearing a teal
What if
cowboy hat.
what if Nick Dahl was really shady the whole time?
Ooh, wow.
The plot thickens.
Plot twist.
Twilight Zone.
I get caught for DDoSing. Nick Stahl gets caught for using illegal players. You know what? It just ends up the Renegades coming back.
And
Oh,
in the end,
God.
who holds the trophy at the end of the season?
Nobody.
Nobody. No, the
Cav.
Yeah,
The mystery-
Cav just
Cav,
sits
who
there
wins
the
all
game?
alone.
I win.
Yubi and the gang end up
Yes.
doing it.
There we go. All right, so going past Zuby here, I don't have a recap for Zuby because your teams you're just a bunch of question marks. We don't know who's gonna win. We should get Scooby on the case. He might be able to sort it out. All right, Nick, I want to hear from you here. Let's talk about your semis. You got a couple matchups here.
Before I get into this, I just want to say, guys, don't hate me, please.
Oh no.
And I did not put Solo Cup beating us, by the way. I'm just saying. Just saying.
You know what? Screw you guys. I quit.
Honestly, I see Harmony and Chaos just going all the way. Like, there's not much else to say about it. Harmony and Chaos are going to win this against Havoc 4-1. Rejects, I put you guys 4-3. You're the only team in our last 11 games that really outplayed us from A to Z. We can't let that happen again. And that's the only reason I put 4-3, because you guys are the only people that really just whipped our asses. Like, we couldn't do anything. And if we come in unprepared like we did against you guys that week, we're screwed.
I think I got the finals graphic right. I guess we'll find out, though.
We'll
Hey,
see.
I did.
We love you, Yeti.
We do.
I do. I do.
We all do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Harmony and Chaos 4-2. They showed us all season why they deserve to be at the top. I don't see them, if they make it to the finals, I don't see them dropping the ball there.
All right, so we're going to recap through Nick's bracket here. Obviously, you have some of the biggest upsets here looking at rejects going to the finals. That's a future I would love. No bias. Otherwise, again, another pick for Harmony. That makes 2 picks for Harmony on our panel right now between Specs and Nick. Harmony right now appears to be podcast favorite, but we're going to go now over to, unless somebody has a comment on this one.
Don't forget Teal Cowboys.
Don't forget the Teal
And the
Cowboys.
Everybody's
Machine.
sleeping on them.
Never forget the Teal Cowboys. Every time I look at the Teal Cowboys now, I'm not going to be able to get "You are a toy" out of my head now. Anyways, Beth, let's go to your semis.
Yeah. All right. Let me just see if my
go
camera
to
will be
the computer.
unscuffed here for a second. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
So for my semifinals, I had Harmony and Chaos and Gravity. Harmony and Chaos beating Gravity 4-2. Harmony and Chaos is a really scary team. Otaku, I had Illusion just moving on because I wasn't going to do that, but I had Otaku beating them 4-3. I mean, Illusion is a really good team. They've been the King Killers all season. They could take down Otaku in this matchup, but again, I see Otaku as like kicking it up a notch for the playoffs and really focusing on getting their team together. So I've got Otaku over Illusion.
We got a finals. We got Harmony, and we got
Yeah.
Otaku. Who you got?
I've got Harmony and Chaos 4-1 over Otaku. I just feel like Harmony and Chaos is a super well-rounded team. They're extremely versatile. Otaku is a strong dive team. They're a strong offensive team, but Harmony and Chaos is just so well-rounded that I have to go with them at the end of the day.
It makes. If we take a look at the recap here now, guys.
Oh,
She was still talking,
Oh.
and then she wasn't.
Rip.
Oh,
My camera's gone again.
oh no.
It like starts stuttering and slowing down and then just goes out completely. So
yeah.
Did you have
Best
something?
Camera.
Yeah. Did you have something you wanted to add at the end?
no, that was me like mouthing the rest of what I actually said. So
Okay. All right. I suppose, yeah. So again, looking at this bracket here, it's pretty chalky the whole way through. Again, Harmony is picked. That's 3 now on the panel. We had 1 mystery team, 1 Gravity. Now we have last pick is my picks here. And in the semifinals, the dream is dead for the Meta Rejects. They fall to Solo Cup, which means Skifer Yeti falls for the 3rd time to Solo Cup in a single season, which I believe is be a record.
Yeah, we should probably put that in
And
the,
Zuby
like
will,
a plaque or something
Zuby
for
will
you.
be eternally dabbing on my headstone.
As I split your body above my head and drink your blood.
oh my god,
Like fucking Kratos.
I mean, that's
Wow,
cool.
that was dark,
Honestly,
dude.
that's pretty cool.
That took a turn I don't think anyone was expecting.
I'm down. I'm down. That sounds badass. That'd be a cool way to go. Just saying.
Good way to die,
Yeah.
dude.
Other semifinals, I had Havoc winning 4-3. I just like Havoc. Any team with Dunzo, Courage, Anarchy, Crimson. It's just a Dark Requiem. Hello, did we forget about these guys? Yeah, we did. We kind of all forgot about how good Havoc was. Like I said, it comes down to their support line. That support line shapes up, they'll win. And I think Havoc is going to win that one. That said, we go to the finals and the official end of the dabbening. Solo Cup
The dabbing.
he's
predicted.
not making the playoffs.
Solo Cup predicted to win the finals over Havoc in a 4-2 win. So I got again. Solo Cup is just I memed on them earlier this season. Let's be real, guys. There's no question about that.
Hard.
I memed
They
on
got
them
mad at
hard.
you.
They did get mad. I got messages saying, "Hey, ease up," and I was just like, "Nah, fuck you." But
Get better.
get good. Get good. I was on the Fighting Potatoes.
They
and I was
did,
saying
and
that
they
for the
did
record.
get good.
And then they did get good. So really, who's a better coach, me or Zuby? Just saying.
Yeti.
But
Yeti was the solution.
to be realistic with you guys, Light Rose is playing out of his mind right now. Grumpy Pants is Grumpy Pants. Always going to be spooky. Cryogenics is one of the sneaky good, really great pickups as the season went on. Really good support, like a really, really good support for Cryogenics. With Cryogenics there, kind of ties together that whole team. Spooderman is a support, by the way. And then there, like I said, I already talked about Light Rose. Beth is playing really well right now as well. She made multiple appearances in the top 5. So I mean, she's doing something right, obviously. Their synergy is insane. The comms are the best part of that team. There's no team that communicates better than Solo Cup. Basically, for them, it comes down to can they stay crisp on comms. Oh, and Geos. Why am I not talking about Geos either? Like, that whole team, top to bottom, find a weakness, guys. Good luck. Like, they're just good. They're a very good team, and their comms are easily the best in the whole community. So they're doing it right, and they're going to win. So it's, even with bias, knowing my team, I would love for my team to win. But I think Solo Cup is the favorite, and I think Solo Cup is the favorite to win. So my recap here, guys. I probably had the most unique finals of Havoc and Solo Cup. I don't know if anybody wants to tear that apart at all about where this is going, or rip me apart for bias because I was the only one who had my team going that far. But I mean, again, it goes back to parity, guys. Like, we have so many teams in this community that are capable just showing up suddenly and just winning. Like, it's crazy how good these teams are. Like, again, go back to last season, 2 or 3 teams. Now, any of the top 10, any of them. Sugar Rush at the beginning of the season was everybody's favorite team. Like, we had a poll at the beginning of the season. They were far and away the favorite. They barely got into the playoffs. Guys, it's just, the parity is insane. And we'll continue to see that in the playoffs. For all we know, it could end up being an Alta 4 Sugar Rush final. Could be. It really could be.
Oh, that would be so fun.
I would love that.
A 9
I would
seed
just
versus a 10 seed.
Oof. Watch out. It's not going to happen.
Not at all.
It could, but it could.
It really could this season, guys. It really could.
What if it... And that's the thing is, I was looking at the whole top 10 teams, and there's not a team in there that I'm going like, no, there's no chance. No chance in hell. No, like, no one squeaked into the playoffs. Everybody earned their spot. Nobody backed in. Nobody got in because of a loss.
When you said nobody squeaked in, I saw Specs legitimately like.
But I'm saying nobody got in because somebody else lost. I know last year, Harmony and Chaos got in because Fighting Potatoes lost. Think about that.
They sure did.
Sorry about it.
Peace, fate.
But that's one of those things. Harmony and Chaos backed into the playoffs. This year they did not back into the playoffs. But any of these teams, they have a legitimate. You could argue that they could take the finals.
Yep.
You could argue that they could at any given Wednesday, baby.
Once again, as I said before, it's literally map.
Yeah.
And you're gonna see Cav on his game days. Those map poolers are gonna be God Emperor will choose.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting when those finals are ground-oriented maps that we just played the previous week.
It's like, we just played those.
Why are these your highest
Oh,
maps,
sir?
Cav? How is this happening?
That's good. I'm excited. I'm excited for playoffs, man. It's one of the best times of the year. I think everyone gets a lamped up. I know Zuby's excited to cast some matches this week. I know that we will do our best to cast as many matches as we can because I think y'all deserve to see them live and have 60-ish people watch you.
Or more. You never know.
And it's going to be something that, and I know for me, watching back these cast matches kind of fulfills your fantasy of like, hey guys, look at me. They said my name. They said a name I made up in 1997. This is really cool.
Wow, you're
This
old.
is neat. I know. Fuck.
Was it XX Thuggington XX?
No, I wasn't that cool yet.
69XX. Okay.
I wasn't that cool yet.
I was 5.
Just for the reference, in 1997, Light Rose wasn't even born. In fact,
I was 3.
yeah. In fact,
I was 2 years old.
there was a lot of people in this community in 1997 that weren't born.
I was the summer of 8th grade,
Yes.
going into my high school years. Children.
So that's tough.
Fuck
for
'em.
me. So I'm just kidding. Anybody else
Christ.
comments on just the whole playoffs as a whole here, guys? Whole playoffs as a whole.
I just want to say, like, a lot of the picks for me were just so hard to think about. It's just map dependent, like Zuby and everyone's been saying, and it's like toss a coin and just call it in the air with a lot of these matchups.
For real.
Just fucking blind chuck it on a wall. Just
Yeah,
It's going to make these
Wherever
matches
it
so
lands,
much
it
fun to
lands.
watch.
yeah.
Seriously.
It's so terrifying to play.
Yeah, and absolutely terrifying to play. That's the best part. I can't wait. I can't wait for
It's
the
high
pressure. It's
stakes.
gonna be fun.
High stakes.
Yeah. So,
Ooh.
guys, speaking of matches to tune into this week, again, we have 2 matches coming up here. It's the wild card round. Teams are looking to get their way into the final 8. Again, we have Meteors and Sugar Rush. That'll be taking place tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern time. Be sure to tune into this Twitch channel, guys. It's going to be a hell of a match. Sugar Rush trying to get back on track here with 2 key players down and questionable main tank play. And then we have the Meteors. And then we have the Meteors.
With the blue blockers.
And then Meteors coming in,
right.
guys. Meteors are on fire right now. So, guys, it's gonna be a lot of fun here. I'm really excited to see it. I'm really excited. And then last match of the week is Wednesday, 8:30 Eastern time, is Meta Rejects versus Alt F4. I'm calling it the Dad match or the Dad Bowl. One of us will be crying. One of us will be elated.
The rumble in the tundra. Here we
Mhm.
go.
So, but that being said, guys, we're not done after that. We still got more to show you. In fact, next week, we have 2 things coming up. On the normal night, we'd be doing the podcast. Thug and I are going to have a little bit of fun together after our match.
Oh,
where
yes.
one of us tears the other person's heart out.
So excited.
So as a reminder, guys, the All Stars were picked at the end of the on Wednesday. If you didn't see that list, make sure to check it out. It's in the announcements channel. Congratulations again goes to all the All Stars who were picked. As opposed to having an obligatory like random seeding for everybody, we're gonna have some fun with it. And Thug and I will be drafting 2 teams. The Amber and Obsidian rosters will be drafted by myself and Thug. We won't be playing on it, but we'll be drafting the teams. So
We're not that
who will
good.
be representing who?
we're not really.
Who is Amber and who is Obsidian?
We haven't had that discussion yet, but I think we'll just
Let's
do
make it now.
No, let's do it.
On air production.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Obsidian.
Amber.
Oh, hey,
Hey.
here we go.
Yeah.
Wow.
That actually worked.
Yeah, it worked. Cool. I wanted to be black because moody colors. Cool. Yeah. All right.
Emo Yeti.
Yes, Schemo Yeti. There we go. Oh, new
Schemo.
That's a new Smurf right there. Is what that is.
Schemo.
That All-Star Draft is going to be airing as a part of next Monday's Skills Challenge. I'm really excited to put this on, guys. It's going to be a lot of silliness, a lot of fun. We have 12 players representing 12 teams. Be sure to tune in. It's going to be a ton of fun. We have various things. We have racing. We have hog hook challenge on Ilios Well. We have.
What are we calling that one?
Huh?
Was it
12
10
hooks, 1
hog-
hole, right?
12 hooks, 1 hole?
Yeah, 10 hogs, 1 hole. Yeah. For the record,
Yikes.
whoa. And then we have Mercy.
Lucio, right?
We have the Mercy dog fighting, which is straight Valkyrie fighting.
Fire.
It's gonna be ridiculous. And
Oh,
it's gonna be
man.
fun. We're gonna have fun with it, guys. And then it will end with a 1-on-1 best of 3 Torbjorn hammers only on Castillo. The way things are meant to be, guys. So that being said, that's gonna be a ton of fun. Please tune in next Monday. I can't wait to cast that. I'm gonna have way too much that night.
Oh, yeah, me too. 100%. 100%.
Guys, instead of predictions tonight at wrapping up our podcast, we're going to be wrapping up instead with our traditional top 5 plays of the week. If you're wondering about where top 5 of the playoffs is going to be, we're not going to do top 5 each round. We're going to do top 5 of the playoffs, period. We'll be collecting that, and then at the end of all of it, we'll put a poll up in the Tranquility Discord, and we'll have people vote on their favorite play of the season once we get to that point. So, again, on that note here, guys, top 5 plays for Week 15. Here we go. We start with Melts from Wrecking Crew. Melts, the Genji specialist, comes in here with a massive Genji blade. This is one of the biggest plays of this match for sure. Definitely keeping Wrecking Crew in every single map here with a clean 6K for the record. Very good job from Melts there. Godspeed here from Alt F4 comes in with the Deadeye, takes out 3 from the side of aimbots, gets the kill onto Tracer. Then really good play here. Godspeed OP also. A very, very good DPS in his own right. And then Grumpy Pants here from Solo Cup. Grumpy, that Torbjorn comes in here, gets the hammer kill on the Mercy, follows it up, gets some shotgun blasts in onto the Zenyatta, gets some shotgun onto the Mercy, but then he kills another with the hammer. That's right, a double hammer kill, folks.
And who was that kill on? NPC.
NPC. We have Garbaggio here with an absolutely massive play on Soldier in this match. This is map 5, by the way. A very, very important team fight that locked down that point for them with a massive Soldier play. And then Shadow Fear. Again, we talked about that Harmony and Chaos line. This is an interesting play because there's not really one individual thing. It's just he does everything. The massive anti, the huge heals, managing to keep up. Managed to keep his Mercy up as the Mercy's trying to get a res off. Takes out 3 on the exit. It's just a really good support play from Shadow Fear. So massive play there from Shadow Fear. Again, definitely a fearsome support on that Harmony and Chaos team. That said, guys, we need to make a pick. And I want to hear from Specs first.
Yeah, of course. 4 of these plays have players pressing Q. One of these plays has a player with a hammer. Gotta go with the Torb. You have to. There's no way you can't.
Hey, we pick a Grumpy. I want to hear Thug.
100%. Dude, the Tor play was big dick energy the whole way.
Mm-hmm.
He just went in there. He switches to the hammer. He's like, well, I'm just going to start swinging this, see what happens. It was fucking dope. Like you said, everything else was press Q to win. This was, I'm going to stick this hammer up your ass, NPC. I'm sorry. Thump.
Subi.
And that was over.
I saved all my bias for last. It's the hammer, baby. I was there. You don't know the comms. Those comms are fucking fantastic to listen to.
All right. Nick, go ahead.
Well, I feel awkward not choosing the hammer, but that Ono play was just insane. I gotta give it to Shadow Fear.
Beth?
I was kind of torn between the Torb play and Meltz's Genji blade, but I gotta give it to the Torb play. I mean, double hammer kill in a play of the game.
And he still got the headshot with the rifle. Hammer,
Yeah.
switch back to rifle, switch back to hammer. Giga Chad, okay?
Yeah. So, again, I saved all my bias for this too, but gotta give it to Grumpy.
All right. I'm gonna congratulations, Grumpy, on your top play. You wasn't my pick. I was torn between Grumpy and Meltz's 6K, and I'm gonna give it to a clean 6K anytime. I don't care if it was a Q. He got a legit shit 6K. I'm gonna give it. So, but congratulations, Grumpy. You win a play of the week for week 15, and you should be receiving your 2 holiday skins fairly soon. I know there's a few of you who are still waiting for them. You should be receiving those here fairly shortly. But that being said, guys, that's the end here. That's 15 plays in 15 weeks. Again, stay tuned. We'll be having a play of the season coming up. Guys, any last words here before we sign off?
Good luck to everybody. It's gonna be a great couple of weeks.
You guys, we've done it. We did it. We did it.
Yeah.
We did it. We had no teams fold.
No relevant
Kinda.
teams full.
No
Less than
relevant
last
teams
season.
fold.
Yeah.
Less than last season. We had nobody quit at the end. This was probably one of the better regular seasons. Okay, we've been 2, but
This is the best.
Yeah, I was
felt
gonna say, where are you
But-
going with this? It's only 2.
I know, but it felt so much different. The community aspect felt so much bigger. People actually play with each other. They're in everyone else's Discord. We're having
Yeah.
pugs nights, and people are genuinely enjoying a
The
community.
podcast doesn't have cryptic screeching 24/7.
Thank God. Oh, thank God.
F for cryptic in the chat, everyone.
F for cryptic voice.
Jesus, the poor guy. He is dead right now.
Yes, Gil got it right.
already dead!
People actually took out the trash.
It's so true.
Yeah. The trash is gone.
Yep.
Trash is
We all
outta
learned
here.
that if you become a problem
Dude.
for Cav, he deals with his problem.
Dude, all he does is take that trash, wrap it up in a ball, throw it out.
And
That's
yeets
all he
it.
does.
Literally
Yeets
fucking...
it.
Mhm.
Takes that ball and yeet.
Guys, it's been an amazing season thus far, and I know the admins are all appreciative of that. But it's playoff time. It's time to get hype. I'm excited. We're all excited. And again, for everyone here with me today, and for everybody in the Tranquility community, we will see you next week.
Yeah, it's our time to shine. Yo, that's the kind of state of mind you gotta combine with hard work and time. You gotta climb to the top. Don't let yourself drop till your heart stops. Let this beat rock. Got a new clock and a new stock for this new rock. Just let your mind loose from the new stock. Drunk off the goose, thinking that I'm too pop. Getting caught with a few thoughts cause I'm too lost. Off the speakers can't even handle me. Giving what I got, nobody's gonna drain my energy. And I will never stop, I'm motivated by enemies. Setting up shop so everybody remember me. And though I am not going through life regretfully, I'd rather work non-stop, what they call incessantly, than work some odd job just to live life pleasantly. Already got lost in my mind, not a fantasy, I'm getting with a forgotten soul. So stop, drop, and roll. You lost all control and pop off your ball. I got squat, I fold, I'm not bought, I'm sold. My stock rocks, it's gold. Hey, knock, knock, she holding shit. Talk to close, I ain't stopping though. It's hip-hop, you know, or is it rock and roll? I'm not dropping down, no, my pocket's grown. You can't stop the show, so get rockin' up. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. I'm taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't never. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. I'm taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about